Yolo, you only live once. God, how I have come to hate that phrase. But it actually became relevant in my life very recently. Because I started school, as you can tell from my backpack, such an ace learner. But I haven't bought any books yet. All I have are notebooks and stuff. And someone asked why. My answer was, I'm waiting for the classes to come by and get a few classes so I can see where I need the books and where not. And what books I need the new versions and what I can get like older editions where it doesn't matter, so I'm not in the scam of textbook creators. But really that's not what it is, and they saw through that facade. The reason why is I just don't feel like it. I don't want to do it, even though I know it's going to cause more difficulties down the road. And they said, why would you do that? YOLO. And that's what I jokingly said, and we all laughed. Because YOLO is basically a joke now, even though a lot of people take it seriously. I've seen several people on my campus even today who are wearing YOLO shirts. And as for what YOLO means, there tends to be two schools of thought from what I've been able to see. One is that it's a representation and a rebirth of some old philosophical idea, whether it be carpe diem, seize the day, or it's like existentialism or something. I've heard people claim that it represents like a new birth of some old philosophical concept and it's being worked into today's culture. And I disagree with that, but I tend to disagree with the other idea also, where people say it's not worth anything, it's just stupid people saying stupid random stuff. And while I don't believe it has some great philosophical idea behind it and they are just saying something random, I don't believe it means nothing. I do believe it represents something. What does it represent? Hedonism, honestly. Your sole desire to have physical sensations. And I know that that's an ugly word to use because it's used by religious extremists to describe anybody who doesn't devote their life to being like a monk or a priest or whatever they want. So it's a scary word, but honestly, I can't find a different way to describe it. People just do what they want now because it's what they want. They have no concern for investing into their future. For example, there are people who don't want to read. They don't want to learn more about themselves. They'd rather play Xbox. Like, what? I gotta read to learn stuff? Forget that, I'm playing Call of Duty. What's that? I have to actually learn something about politics in order to vote? I don't care about that. I'm just going to vote for whoever feels right. And that's why we keep getting the same two political parties who don't have to do much indifference with each other to get their vote and to keep their jobs. Or with a number of things. People don't have to read. They don't have to be smart about what they do with their lives. They don't have to be smart about sex. They don't only have sex with people that they care about or use safe sex. They just have rampant sex and then you get a ton of teen pregnancies and STD transfers. People don't care about any of that. They don't care about what happens to them in the future. They only care literally what is right now. That's also why there are so many people who are overweight. People who just don't mind their weight because they want to eat the cheeseburger now. They want to eat the extra large pizza with pepperoni now. They want to eat their 32-ounce soda now. Nobody cares about what happens later. What matters is the moment. It's just total apathy for investment in your future. And this is something I've noticed about our generation. Nobody cares about where you're going to be in 5 years or 10 years. And obviously that shouldn't be the sole focus. You shouldn't just be all about your destination. You should also care about the ride to that destination. That should be a big focus for you. But it shouldn't be everything, because then where are you going to be later on in life? You're going to have 5 kids because you weren't protective in sex and the man left you. Or you got an STD from that girl. Or you dropped out of school because it was too much work, or you were always partying, and now you have a crappy job at McDonald's. Or anything like this. Nobody cares, and that's what YOLO represents. It's apathy for the future. And that's not a philosophical idea, it's just describing the way things are, and I think that that sucks. And if the world's going to get any better, we have to realize that and try and change that about our culture.